Says we're going live.
Are we though?
There we go. It says we're here. I don't really know if I'm here until my existence is validated. And also, I have a feeling I'm going to be ignored while you have your attention on Lola.
I'll have a moment with my dog.
Yeah. Not that you don't get moments all the time with your dog. She doesn't want me either. Hello. Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help Kingsters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night on the third Friday. We do this every month, third Friday. We're hanging out. It's kind of like a virtual Munch. Starting in about 30 minutes, it'll turn into a Q&A, but give us 30 minutes. We need to ease on into this, okay? We're here a couple minutes early because it doesn't really matter. We make the rules. We can do what we want. The whole damn thing's a butt rub, so it's not like it's, we've got to kill time until we're officially here. No.
True.
So, yeah. So, let me scroll and say hi. Hi, Little Miss. Hi, Niecy. Hi, Maddie. Hi, X. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hi, Silent Winged.
Yes.
I hope you stay not feeling like you've got COVID. Keep testing negative there. Thanks, Ashley, for joining our membership doolally thing. I don't have a good word for it. Basically, you're part of our community, and we like that about you. Hi, Kim. Hi, Mr. Spock. Hi, C. Stevens. Hi, Joseph. Ooh, I'm scrolling. Everything jumped. Hi. Nope. I'm about to double up. Hi, Crow. Hi, Aria. Let's see. Making sure I didn't miss anybody because it jumped on me. There we go. Hello. Lola, do you want to go out, ma'am?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Let me see if she wants to go out.
Okay. See if she wants to go out.
Let me see if she wants to go out.
Yeah.
You think you want to go out.
Right.
We're locked in. It's a little wet out there, ma'am.
And, yeah, okay. Wow. I'm shocked.
She'll be barking to come in a minute.
Yeah.
This is a pajama party night, not the cute PJs, okay? No cute PJs. I need as little to touch me and feel like it's touching all of my skin as possible, so it is absolute baggiest of clothes kind of night.
We both are, yeah.
I was feeling it all day long. I made the mistake. I wore leggings today, even though it was not cold enough for leggings. But I was like, I don't want to wear shorts. I had to go run errands, so I put leggings on. And then I put on a shirt that pre-wash had been quite baggy. Post-wash, it fit, but it was not baggy. So it was just touching me. And then I came home and I changed into something that touched me a little less, but it was still kind of form-fitting. And I was like, oh, there's still too much fabric touching me. And then we had our date night tonight and we got dressed up and my dress was fine. It was nice and loose and flowy, but the bra, it was the bra to make the boobs look good, but it was not the comfy bra because that does not make the boobs look good. And so that was touching me. So I came home and we both stripped out all that.
Bruh.
No.
Oh, no, not that. No.
No. So... yeah, Shelby, the makeup also came off because it was touching me. Hi, Ms. Woodhouse. Hi, Mally. Hi, Puppy. Hi, Jerica. Hi, Donza. Hi, CBR. Hi, D-Bunny. Hi, Kitten. Hi, did I say hi to Ginny? But Ginny, I'm saying hi, and maybe you're a double hi. I don't know. Thank y'all for the hair. It is not quite 36 hours old. I said, I want a dark turquoise, and I managed 5 minutes for the appointment to find a picture. I then had to hide all the pictures of naked me from view to show the picture of the hair. And she got it, it's as close to a match on that picture as we were ever going to get. And even she was like, I think this is the best color you've picked so far. This looks really good on you. I like it so much that as long as it doesn't fade out and in my opinion, look like crap, I will probably do this one again before finally going to a dark hot pink kind of color. Because I'm going to have to do extra time to go from a green to a pink because color wheel and color theory and blah blah words that are art related. And so that will be more expensive. So I'm gonna get as much wear out of this color as I can, as long as I like how it looks. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying this. And then she told her I want to grow it out because I'm in a mood to want to grow it out. In 6 months, I might change my mind and chop it all off again. And she said, okay, so how do you want me to cut it? And I was like, tidy it up or cut off anything that's way too damaged so it just looks bad. She was like, well, I don't need to cut off a lot. However, do you want the mullet look you got going? I went, no. So she like shaped me and it looks a little bit more like me. And so I'm happy with the cut too. But yeah, the color is like freaking gorgeous. So yeah, I'm in love with the color. We'll see how it fades out. So yeah. And y'all are chatting and I'm like, sorry. We were like really energetic all day. We were energetic through dinner. Mm-hmm. Now we are less energetic. I think the food coma hit. We had a great date night. Yes, we will talk about it, but there's been like convo and I'm trying to keep up with it. Let's see. Hi Heather. Let's see. I saw some folks come in. Hi Destin. I'm gonna miss somebody. I always do and I hate that. Hi Rodney. I don't think I've missed anybody. And if you are lurking, hi to you too, but I won't be able to say your name. So I'm not a mullet girl. I'm not a fan of the style. I'm actually going to see if I have, it's the word I hate the most, enough patience to grow out to maybe a like chin length, like maybe here, maybe
like a bob.
See. Yeah. It's been years since I had a bob. Mm-hmm. We will find out if I have that level of patience. You'll know. Y'all will be like the third to know because I'll show up on camera one day and I might have just shaved it all off and been like, fuck it. But I'm going to try. So, yeah. And Ashley, I talked to the person who does my hair and I was talking about wanting a couple of different types of multicolors. And she said, we'll definitely be able to do that. She's like, but you can't really take care of it at home the way you take care of a solid color. I was like, okay, so we'll make that a special occasion hair. Because the thing I hate is the fade. I'm not a fan of the fade. I like it being vibrant. This is the color I picked. I wish I had like the magic to keep it this color. Like, I know it's going to fade, but I try to prevent it. Which is why I wash my hair in cold water once a week. And it sucks, but... Anyway, and somebody noticed that you're you got a mountain man thing started. Not there, because I mean we've seen mountain men with like crazy beards, but you're getting there. Right? You're on the path. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna let it grow out?
I don't know yet.
It's your hair. You can do what you want.
I mean, look what you've been doing to your hair. So, you
have given me good feedback on it. You've enjoyed the view.
I know.
I mean, technically, on paper, it's your hair. You can do what you want. But if you ask my opinion, I will give it to you. So just be prepared for brutal honesty.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've been kind of lax on the beard trimming of late, and it's just kind of... poofed.
Mm-hmm. Puppy, I've done pixie cuts. This one's probably close to like a long pixie cut. And I love pixie cuts, but they never look the way I envision them to look. They never do. Hi, Andre. Yeah. I love a pixie. I love a pixie cut. So... Yeah, we did. We had we celebrated Valentine's after the fact.
Yes.
Because we don't celebrate on the day, or at least we don't go out for a date on the day. And we went to this restaurant that's like a local place. Mm-hmm. It's not like fine dining, but it's like, it's higher end. It ain't an Applebee's, I'll tell you that. And we absolutely indulged. We go to these kinds of date night meals like twice a year.
If that.
And so it's worth the indulgence. Like the indulgence. JB, would you like to tell them what you ate for dinner? You don't have to tell menu price, but come on, just...
All right. Lobster risotto.
Which, that's fine. Little bits of lobster in the risotto. No. What was on your plate?
A whole lobster tail.
A whole ass lobster tail. But it was... We each got bites of each other's food. It was delicious.
It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious.
My favorite. So here's what we normally do when we go on any date night. If there's a dessert, if we decide we're going to get dessert, which we did tonight, we share it. Can't remember the last time we didn't share
a dessert. Yeah.
It's we finish our meal. Our server comes around. That service was excellent. It always is at this restaurant. And we're looking at the dessert menu, and I look at you after we've heard the specials and looked at the menu. I'm like, do you want to share a dessert?
My answer was immediate. It was like, bam, no.
Swift, no. Okay. And then I couldn't even finish my whole dessert, and you couldn't finish your whole dessert.
No.
So we probably should have shared. And then I helped you calculate tip. Looking at the end price, we probably should have shared. So... Yeah, it was good, and it was just this nice. It was nice atmosphere.
What's their thing? It's like comfort food with
an attitude.
With an attitude,
mm-hmm,
yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's not so high end that you have to dress up or you have to make a reservation. Though we did both. Like people were rocking up in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was fine. But yeah, it's really good. They have a pastry chef who makes every dessert.
Yeah.
In-house, including the ice cream.
They have about 5 or 6 flavors of ice cream, all made in-house.
And I'm like, I need you to make just one dairy-free option. I don't need a whole menu of dairy. Just make me one dairy-free option. Yeah, it was excellent. It was really good. We ate that was a very fast-paced meal. Not that they rushed us, but they would put food in front of us, and we just kind of go, that was good.
Right?
And then we needed to go walk that off, and we live in, like, Podunk, so we went to the mall and just walked the mall to try and get, like, the food to, like, digest a little bit.
Yeah.
And now we're sleepy. Oh, my God.
Joseph, yeah, this would definitely do the trick. But, it was funny. The other night, was sitting on the sofa, and Lola, of course, was in my lap.
As she usually is.
As she usually is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts rubbing her head into my beard.
You take good care of your beard. It's fairly soft.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bristly, but it's not like a Brillo pad.
Yeah, no, I use a beard butter.
I know, it smells very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you love the smell of it, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I beard butter it every day because I try to keep it from getting, grizzly and scratchy. And But yeah, Lola was like rubbing herself all up into my beard.
And that's a dog that desperately needs a bath, so I'm sorry
I know,
that she
right?
was rubbing up on you. Yeah. So, yeah, date night was good.
It was a very, very pleasant
We didn't talk about work at all.
No, we did not.
We talked about some heavy topics. The poor server.
I know.
A couple times she was coming up to either check on us or drop food or whatever, and we were like intense conversation. And a couple times I watched her kind of step back, like, maybe I'll let them finish that sentence first.
Well, then when they seated the table next to us, I was kind of wondering, if they were hearing any of our conversation.
No, that table was like in their own. Once their friends got there, it was 2 couples meeting for dinner. Once everybody got there, they did not know anybody else existed.
Right.
I also was very grateful the way they set the restaurant up for tonight. Like one whole section was just all the reserved seating, and then like another section was like open for whoever.
Yeah.
And I watched. I don't know if you paid attention or noticed, there were 2 tables that were like one half of the seating is a booth and the other half is chairs, and technically it was 2 separate tables, but somehow the 2 couples like crossways from one another started like chatting, and I was like, that would be my nightmare. I am so glad we did not get seated there. I'd prefer to have like a booth next to the wall or a table next to the wall. We were like in the center of the room, and I don't always love that, but once I realized what it could have been, I was like, nope, I'm good. I don't have to worry about random, like, people just talking to me. Nope, we're good. Nope, we're good. So.
No, it was a nice time. The table was nice. Seated in a good, spot.
I mean, right by the bathroom, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not like, I don't know if it wasn't like we've been in those restaurants when we've been right by the bathroom, like uncomfortably close. This was not that. It's just the way the restaurant was situated. But I noticed it and I was like, okay, we didn't get the good seat.
Well,
So, but it was nice to just go out. Like we ordered pizza for the kids. They were like chowing down when we left. Mm-hmm. We were like, and I don't normally say this to them when we leave. I went, look, if you need us, call or text, but also try real hard not to need us. Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like just figure it out. And I let it be a date night.
I know my phone didn't ding at all.
No,
your phone.
They did not get. I think they were just ready for us to get the hell out and stop like hovering over them, because we were dressed and ready, but we live really close to the restaurant, so it was like if we left too early, we'd be too early for our reservation. So we don't know what to do with ourselves in these situations, and we didn't want to sit because that's just how you attract dog and cat hair. And so they're eating pizza, and we're trying to make chit chat. They could give a shit.
Right?
They were like, "You can go now."
They're just sitting there shoving pizza in their face, and
we're the talkative ones, like.
Yeah.
It's like, they're ready for us to go.
Mm-hmm,
so. But. No. Yeah, I think that might, until we try some other, and I really think try some other local places, because there's some downtown that would be cool to try. I think that'll be like our go-to, like, special indulgence.
Well, we have gone to the, barbecue place downtown.
Yeah,
it was okay.
It was good. No, the barbecue place was good, but would I go, that's my date night? No. That's my, hey, let's go like for a quick lunch date. Yes. Yeah. Would do that. But there's a Italian restaurant right by the Starbucks downtown that does like the twinkly lights outside and has like the street parking. I can't remember. You have literally driven past it a million times right off of Fort King going to Starbucks.
Okay. Yes.
Anyway, there's that one, and then there's a high-end steakhouse in downtown, and I wouldn't mind trying that. Mm-hmm. But apparently, that is the be prepared to pay $200 just for the two of you to eat.
Kind of like a Burns.
Right, like you're really indulging that night, and we don't have that budget. One day we will have that budget, and we will go indulge there.
At least try it once.
So
yeah.
Yeah, Crow, Lola has a very distinct smell. And the beard butter has a very distinct smell. You want to know why I'm thinking about wood butter? Because I packaged up all that wood butter
I made the other day.
Ashley,
a lot of butters going around here. Wood butter, beard butter.
I am sure there are, but I have no clue. I've only ever flown over Miami or stopped at the airport and got on another plane. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
I haven't been in Miami since I was a kid.
I've never actually just gone to Miami. I've literally planes and airports. That's it.
Okay.
The view is beautiful from the window seat, but So. Yeah, no. I usually when we go out to an indulgence meal, I get a steak. Mm-hmm. they had it listed at market price. And I went, I already know you're out of my budget if you won't even put the price on it. I know it's because beef prices fluctuate like crazy, especially right now. But I was like, no, I'm not going to ask how much that is. I'm just not. I just don't need a steak. I'll have something else.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Andre asked about my back. Well, it's doing okay, Andre. COVID kind of messed up my follow-up appointment with the ortho. Did get to see her last Monday.
Was it Monday? This past Monday?
Tuesday.
It was a day. We went.
It was a day. We went. And, I have good days. I have bad days. It's just not going to get any better.
No.
On its own. She actually talked with me a little bit, and she said she had been so concentrated on the bulging discs and the stenosis, the narrowing of the spinal column, that she said she hadn't really mentioned all the arthritis she saw in my spine.
So when he started talking about which kind of back pain he was experiencing, she was like, that's the arthritis. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So my back is what it is, and I'm just trying to learn to live with it the best I can.
The last remedy seems to be working for right now.
Yeah,
so.
For right now it seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, we know what our next options are.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not in crippling pain. I have not had cramps in my calves or thighs anymore. And most of all, I have not been doing the drunken sailor walk.
I'm not scared to watch you walk, bend over, move, do anything.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we do joke now. I mean, we're very aware of his, all the back issues. It rained while we were at dinner. And so from, leaving the restaurant to the car, and then we went to the mall to walk around. It's slippery, and we're not exactly wearing shoes with good traction. And he goes, "Don't worry if you slip. I'm going with you." I'm like, "No, because I will yank you down." And then what back? What spine? Like, no. You save yourself and stay upright, okay?
Yeah.
I will have a bruised pride and a bruised ass. You could just move your spine out of a socket or something. I don't know how any of it works. Medical term here and there. But yeah, so no, don't go down with this ship. If I fall, you let go of my hand. So, Dustin, yeah, I mean, we've had some good fortune come our way temporarily.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the issues that we've been going through some of them are getting resolved, and some of them we're just learning how to live with. So yeah, I mean, I think we probably are. I think what has helped, knock on all of the wood, is that
here
the universe has allowed us, please keep allowing us, to have the space to deal with crises as they happen instead of just dumping them on us every week. So, I mean, we actually have had to say, wow, it's been kind of a quiet week. Thank you. That's not a challenge, universe. We like it quiet here. Thanks. Yeah. So that helps.
Well, I think one of the things that has been helping me, but I think it trickles down to everybody, the therapy that I've been going to has been...
Oh, I'm absolutely feeding off of you. When your mood is dark and when you are struggling, even if I'm mostly okay, I am that person. I'm annoyingly that person. I'm that way with the kids too, though. When they're struggling, I feed off of that kind of energy. So
the therapy that I've been going to every couple weeks, the person I'm seeing is wonderful, and it's been a big help.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can tell that there's no better. It's just you're in a new way. more the you that I recognize from the before times.
Yeah.
So, but also you're evolving. So you're not 2019 John Brownstone, but like you're a version like that. Does that make any sense? Am I just babbling? I mean, I'm always just babbling, but does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe.
But yeah. What else? We got 10 minutes till we start the Q&A part. This is your 10-minute warning if you have questions. 10 minutes and we'll go over how that works. No. I got, like, my mind is blissfully, like, in a good way, kind of blank. Like, I said this in the episode this week when we were talking about the supplements that my gynecologist recommended and I started taking, and then so I started taking them right as I was getting COVID, and then I went, I am not swallowing horse pills while I'm coughing like this, so I stopped. And then about 10 days ago I got back on it, and I've been pretty steady, and I feel like I'm feeling something from it. Again, don't know if that's placebo effect, but whatever. So I feel like my mind is kind of quiet, which is both pleasant and unusual. I did finally get sorted with that same doctor on the hormone replacement therapy, because your girl has almost none of her hormones. Like, we're like, you can't go negative numbers, but if you could, I would probably be there. She was looking, just on the phone with me right before I went to get my hair done, actually. And she's looking at the numbers and she's like, yep, that one's low. She said, actually, my initial thought of what I would prescribe is not going to be enough based on these numbers. We have to do other things. And I'm not going to go into detail about one of the other things, because I'm still a little weirded out by it. For anybody who knows, if you know, you know, it involves a cream and a plunger, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And if not,
yeah, we're going to get it in there. Let's get it in there.
Anyway, it's just, I'm a little weirded out. So I feel like the supplements and the vitamins have been doing something, and it's way too soon to know if the other is doing anything. But I do know that the fact that I got listened to and validated, and the doctor went, yep, that stuff that you're like really aware of, that's real, and then is trying to help me figure out a fix for it. That makes me feel like less stressed as well. So, yeah. But so yeah, I was teased. Anybody who's heard the episode from this week, whether you watch the video live stream or listen to the audio podcast, if you caught this, we also, like, for our spicy page, our Loving BDSM After Dark page, we went further than we've ever went. I can't even. Oh, you asked how long was the whole thing from start to finish? Yeah. It was only 30 minutes.
Really?
We get a lot of shit done in a short amount of time.
Wow.
We went from electroplay to an orgasm to making our first ever sex tape, and got that done in 30 minutes. Okay. But I haven't been able to bring myself to edit it yet, because I'm afraid I'm gonna be embarrassed, because see, normally when we create content for our spicy page, it's in the link tree in the description box if anybody is even remotely interested. I'm usually like bent over, you can't see the front of me, and it's like never full frontal nudity. Well, not never. Sometimes it is when I'm taking selfies, and that particular piece of content that I still have to edit, it was all of me just like this on the bed, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to look at that. But you don't edit video, and so for it to actually get audio, where it needs to be, I have to look at it. I don't know if I'm ready to look at it. Yeah, Susan, she used like actual proper medical terms and did not exactly explain the method of delivery for that cream, and I was like, And then I had to go to a different pharmacy than I normally do because it's a compounded medication instead of like just regularly dispensed or whatever. But they always have it ready. Like, apparently I walked in and she went, oh, once I get you in our system, we'll have it. So it's like, have a seat and wait. Be 5 minutes. And I'm looking at it when I get it home and I'm like, I see the tube of the cream and then I see the delivery method and I went, well, okay. And then I totally told JB, I'm like, look, this is not something I feel like I should be proud of. You got more experience with that area of my body than I do. So you might be on plunger duty.
It's a syringe, folks, without the needle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a lube shooter. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. And I have never had any interest in playing with a lube shooter, reviewing a lube shooter, trying a lube shooter. There's a reason that's just not a thing that's my jam. But now every night for 2 weeks, I get to
shooting you up.
Mm-hmm. This shit better work is all I got to say. This shit better work. Here's the thing, and this is way more information than anybody ever wanted about me, but hello, it's me, and you're here, and this should not come as a surprise that I would overshare.
Be careful what you ask for
I
around
was
here.
never a tampon girly, okay? Have never used a tampon in my life. Ever. So, this is a new experience, is all I'm saying. I don't think I'm gonna have an orgasm from that, girl. I don't think that one's gonna happen. So that actually starts tonight at midnight after we do this. I get to go do that. I need you to stand by, okay? Y'all. Believe me when I tell you I was checking anatomy pictures to make sure I actually understood where all the parts were so I don't get it in the wrong area. And I know better. I am familiar with my own body, okay? I have inserted all manner of objects there. Just never medicine, okay? Oh, my Lord.
Life is never dull around here.
It is not. I'll say that. I don't know what to do when it gets boring, and then I would just wait 5 minutes, and it's not anymore. But it was actually in my mind, very affordable. I might have serious disagreements with the doctor about lube, which you know what I realized I didn't mention and that I didn't bring up to her in that conversation. She was probably picturing like Astroglide or KY jelly or the stuff you get at like Walmart, which I think for many people it's probably fine. I used it when I first started using lube like a million years ago, but it's not the good stuff. And if you think that's what all lube is, yeah, you're probably not a fan. But I didn't defend lube's honor with like actual knowledge. I should have been name dropping lubes.
What's wrong with you? Normally you're like.
But here's the thing: despite that weird tension in our relationship, I should call it now, she gave me the hookup. She said the cheapest place in town to get this stuff. She was like, is this particular pharmacy located here? And I went, I know exactly where that is. She was like, it's easy peasy. It's not going to be too expensive. And it's not. I've got what I think is like 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks worth for like $40. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be like $100, $200. What the hell am I going to can we afford this?
Right, Chai-Bean? Yeah, if your partner will plunge you, that's love.
Look, my partner did my Brazilians for a year because we were broker than we are now. And so I feel like if you will apply hot wax and rip hair out by the root, you can take a little plastic plunger and do like a pea shooter and, So... Anyway. Okay, Kitty, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I know I tend to be like the rarity when I'm like, I've never used a tampon, but I'm glad I'm not the only one. Thank you. So. But, yeah, so this will be a new experience.
Yep.
And, what the doctor said was it could be up to a month before I really feel anything. The things I've read, which let me also tell you, all the things on the fucking internet you can find. You know what? You cannot find anybody. Maybe it's there and the Google was just not feeding it to me in the algorithm. I can find nobody talking about applying a testosterone cream in the way that I have to apply it. Like a topical cream, all day long people talk about it. That's very common. This, I found studies. People have been studying it. That's lovely. But I was like, where's my first person real life user experience content, Google? I don't think I'm going to be the one to make that, by the way, but I was really disappointed. So, yeah, Susan, I have vague memories, I think, of a doctor recommending, like, oh, you could just get lube at Walmart kind of deal. And I was like, yeah, I can, but am I gonna?
I mean, there was kind of a time when Astroglide was pretty much.
And Astroglide actually has, because I have a stack of silicone lubes to test for a freelance writing thing that I'm going to be doing at some point. I don't know when. I think that's been delayed, but I have all the lube. I have 8 silicone lubes. 2 are from Astroglide. So I don't know if they've just added formulations and maybe like what you get in like the grocery store or Walmart is just their most basic bullshit. So I'm going to be curious if this that they sent out in a very cute box, by the way, is better than, their least expensive option in a big box store. But,
none of us have safe search enabled
on our
browsers.
No, we don't keep that on. We turn that off immediately. Yeah. Donza, I have had a couple of people suggest it, and I had thought about it, but I don't know. I tend to, when I'm writing about my own experiences, I tend to like to do them by looking back, not when I'm in the middle of it, because my understanding of something, the information I have, the things I'm learning can change so quickly. What happens is I'll write one day about what I know at that point, and then a week later it's maybe not incorrect but not quite accurate anymore, but that'll be the piece of content everybody's commenting on for 6 months, and the new thing I write is getting so I tend to wait till I've gotten through a thing and then look back and retrospectively go, here's how that went. But so I mean, probably in 6 months, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. So thank you, Silent. It is Q&A time. Look, this is going to say a lot of sad things about me. Beyond JB, my internet community is who I have to talk about these things with. I tried talking to my mom about this stuff because she's actually gone through menopause, is out on the other side, was very open and honest with me about her symptoms, I think kind of like trying to warn me. And she didn't even know, my mom's kind of an innocent, but she didn't even know hormone replacement therapy was a thing. And I had to walk her through the concept. So I got and I'm not telling my mother I'm about to shoot a cream into some regions. Okay. So y'all are it, and I apologize, but it is 10 o'clock. So, here's how it goes. The Q&A is open. We will bullshit and chit chat in between questions when it gets slow or people, are doing other things and there's no questions coming in, we'll still be talking. But if you would like to ask a question, here's how this goes. First of all, please tag us when you type it out. That makes it easier for us to see it. Okay. If I don't see it, then I don't read it for us to answer. 2, if your question is going to take more than the text allotted in a single post here in live chat, it's probably too much for this form, and you can contact us through our website. There's a contact page, website links in the description box. We will get back to you on that. If it's a big, complicated, you got to give us 8 years history, backstory for us to understand. It's too much for this form. Also, the questions can be about what you're going through. It can be about concepts. It can be about what we think about things. It can be about us. We're if you hadn't noticed, kind of an open book around here. If you spam the chat with your questions, our lovely moderators, Mr. Spock and Silent Wing, will put you in a corner. They have our full permission and freedom to do what they need to do, so don't spam the chat because you think we haven't seen your question. I know how to scroll backwards in the chat and get back to a question. Anything else I'm not thinking of? Silent Winged will remind you of anything else that I have forgotten to remind you of, because she's really good like that. Okay. Okay, so if you have questions, feel free to start asking them in the live chat. Just make sure to tag us. And you just literally, if you go at and you start typing loving before you even get to the BDSM, it'll probably pop up for you.
Yep.
Not always, but usually.
Most of the time.
Miriam asks, bought VIP tickets for the summit next week. What should I know for it to be prepared? This is, I think, the first time they're doing it, so I don't have a lot of information to kind of prep you for it. My understanding is while a session, like the content is no more than 30 minutes, it's actually a full hour, so there's time for Q&A. So while you're watching, if you happen to be there when the at the time that session actually starts, don't be afraid to ask questions. I think they even have like a chat area before to be in. Participants and people like us can be in outside of the sessions. Don't be afraid to ask questions and get to know people. Other than that, I know what we did to connect our session and then the resource we shared in the all access pass, which if you have the VIP thing, that I think that's the exact same thing. We actually the resource from us connects to our session. So check the other resources from the educators to see if they connect to their session, and then use those in conjunction to get the most out of the session. But that's all a best guess, because I believe this is the first time it's been done with this group and organization. So we will be learning together. Ashley asks, are we planning on doing any more silly podcasts?
I thought most of all of our podcasts are kind of silly in some way, shape, or form.
I never actually plan on doing that. They just sort of happen. If you're thinking of something specific, let me know. I will let you know if we're planning on doing that. Joseph asks, silent toy recommendations. I'm looking at the Lush 3. I don't know anything about the Lush 3, but I would definitely check for reviews. Literally Google Lush 3 reviews. If a sex blogger has tried them and reviewed it, the sex bloggers are very good at telling you how quiet something is. Hot Octopus toys actually tend to be, a couple of them are kind of loud. The ones for penises can be a little loud.
Yes.
But the vibrators from Hot Octopus tend to be fairly quiet. We Vibe, now that's high end, those are not cheap toys. They tend to be very quiet. Trying to think. Depending on what kind of toy you're getting for who it will be used on, if the clit suckers, air pressure, sonic wave kind of clitoral toys are what you're looking at, most of those are extremely quiet. There's all kinds of brands, but all the different ones I've tried, they have been fairly quiet. Let's see.
Yeah, Kitten asked what monitor that we use on the table during our live stream. Yeah, it's just a basic computer monitor. It's actually an LG.
I think we got it from Amazon.
And originally, it stood straight up. And it wasn't bad when we had the other configuration for the table. And when we decided to switch the table, it blocked a good portion of us. So I built this box for it to lay in, kind of like a news monitor.
Yes, which when I watch video back, when I'm putting in timestamps, you can watch us scroll. So I sometimes think I'm being slick by going from the script page to let me go check the chat and see what's going on. You could totally see me doing that.
I know. Yeah, you can
But
see
if it
some
was
of it.
flat, neither of us could read it.
Could read it,
It has
yeah.
to be up at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ashley, thank you for the clarification. I love all your podcasts. Are you planning to do more like this last one, the silly but serious questions? I am really enjoying answering other people's questions and applying it either to just our relationship or just power exchange in general. I know that we will do it again. How frequently we will do it will probably depend on how popular the topic seems to be. Like I know Reddit response episodes are very popular, so I don't want to just become a Reddit response podcast, but like I'm willing to kind of throw more of those in there, knowing people like them. If these kinds of things are on that kind of level, then yeah, I would be more comfortable doing them more often. I really try to keep like a pattern / not schedule, but pattern to what kind of episodes we put out. So if we do like a couple of heavy, deep topics, then I want it to be lighter for a while. If we do a Reddit one, I'm going to let it try and go at least 6 to 8 weeks before we do another one, because I want to add the variety, because there's just so much to talk about. But I also want to give everybody what they like. So there you go. Okay. Okay, making sure. Okay, Shybeen asked, outside of FET and yours, are there any chat groups you'd recommend? I know it's not specifically your area, but I'm trying to find more DDLG friends. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know any specific channels. I would say try doing a search on Discord. There's a lot of different channels there for, you know, a lot of different things on Discord. I would try there.
I know that there are groups on Facebook, and I know the folks that sent us the giant purple penis that is sadly in a closet right now. I've been emailing back and forth with them about something else, and they told me, hey, we run a group on Facebook, but I don't know the name of that group. But those groups exist if you are already on Facebook. I would not say, hey, go to Facebook if you never go, just for that, because Facebook's fun. thecage.co, they are a BDSM community. They're not FetLife, but they're in their own way similar too, right? Fetish.com maybe, because I know they have chat, but that's a little hit or miss for some
the
stuff.
Cage actually might be a good that's actually a pretty good suggestion, because their whole thing, it's more of an open community with people. So, and
I was just on their website earlier today, and they've restructured, so they've got a lot of informational stuff there as well. They have, and not just chat and forums and stuff like that. So, and I always say this, if you are frequenting any specific social media platform that is not FetLife, like you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, I got back on Twitter and it's a dumpster fire. But wherever you're already hanging out, there will be Kingsters there. It's just kind of a matter of finding them and getting the algorithm to work in your favor to help you find them. That can be a little bit tricky. The way I kind of game the algorithm on all the social media platforms that I use when I don't like what it's showing me is I start searching for exactly what I'm looking for. So either certain hashtags or keywords or whatever. And then when I find what I like, I interact with it so that I tell the algorithm, hey, hi, I'm paying attention to this, give me more of this. And that's how people and content gets fed to me, and then I'm finding more than I thought was actually there. So,
and I think, God, I haven't used it in a long time, but I see a lot of people talk about having kick groups.
Yeah, I think those still exist. Anywhere people gather, there will be Kingsters. But yeah, the Cage, and maybe fetish.com. I don't know how much DDLG stuff is usually there, but I know it's another one to consider. X asked if we've considered replacing this with a touch panel.
Hadn't even thought of that.
Considering the amount I spent today on restocking and buying more supplies, I probably should not venture to say, hey, let's get let's get a new
Get
monitor.
a new monitor, yeah.
Probably shouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, if something eventually happens to this one, probably would consider it, but for right now, it's doing the job. So,
let's see. J. Millie Mills is welcome. Thanks for subscribing. How did we find each other? Our mutual sex blogs.
yeah.
The comment section of our sex blog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to use a dating app. I'm intimidated by them, so I'm glad I didn't have to try and find a partner that way. Yeah, it was. I was blogging about a breakup. You were taking silly pictures for the holidays, and we started chatting in our comment section.
I was doing a Kinky Elf on the shelf
photo series.
Yeah.
And so then I slid into your DMs. I emailed you.
You did.
And the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
Our first official conversation that was not in blog comments was December 23rd, 2012. So just over 10 years. Joseph says the Lush 3 is a long distance vaginal egg with Bluetooth control.
Okay.
Then check out WeVibe because they are great for long distance play as well. Not every single toy they have will work well for long distance play. I'm thinking specifically of the WeVibe Chorus because it needs a lot more action than just like a finger is going to do or a hand is to hold it there.
Yeah.
But most of their other products, and then I've not tried them, and I know they're very high end, they're investment pieces, and I don't know if I'm saying it right. Kiroo, Kirroo. That's their whole thing is long distance toys. But that'll be an investment. Those tend to be expensive. Ashley asks, how do I get into your Discord? You need to be a member of our Patreon. You can join for as little as $2 a month. You get access to other stuff like extra content, but our Discord server is one of those perks. Mr. Spock asks why Sir Richard is hiding in the closet lately. Because people keep coming into our house.
Right.
So we hide everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're about to call a handyman to finally put up that damn shower door.
Yeah.
We've owned the shower door components for 2 months.
Right.
We just need to get the damn thing up. So yeah, Sir Richard is so large, it's not just going under or it's going in a closet.
It's got, he's got to go.
So, hi, Rara. Jerica asks, what type of toy do you recommend for someone who has a difficult time getting close and coming by themselves and they don't have a partner? It all depends on what kind of stimulation you like. So, personally, I'm a clit girl, and the deeper, thumpier, throbbier vibrations are my jam. For me, it correlates to the kind of impact I like too. I like thuddy impact. Lo and behold, I like thumpy, thuddy vibrations as well. It's just my jam. If you struggle to orgasm with any toys you've tried or even your own hand, if you're a clit person, try a wand massager. They tend to have much larger heads. They're external only, and they tend to be heavy duty, high powered. You could do what used to be called the Hitachi and is now the original magic wand. That is super powered. That can be overwhelming. But I mean, every once in a while there's a dud wand massager, but most of them are powerful enough.
What's the other one that everybody likes?
Doxy.
Doxy.
I would kill to try Doxy, but I'm not spending $200 on a vibrator. Now, if you have let's say you've only stimulated a clit, right? And that's not doing it. It could be that you need dual stimulation. If you don't have a vulva and you're like, but what I do is not working, then sometimes it's backdoor stuff. So, if what you're doing isn't working, it's either add something, maybe a different type of sensation, or try a different place. Some people do really well if you have a vulva with both clit and G-spot stimulation at the same time. There's a reason the Rabbit vibrator is one of the most popular on the planet, because it gives stimulation from both sides. So, but yeah, that's what I would say there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. D-Bunny asked, do I recommend a good wand? Oh, gosh. There was one I tried that was really good. It was called the Rhea, R-H-E-A, from a site called V for Vibe, or V is for Vibe. I think it's visforvibe.com. That was pretty good. The original magic wand is so high powered, but it's really good. I've heard amazing things about the Doxy. See, when it comes to wand massagers, because they're my favorite, I'm an equal opportunity kind of girl. Like, if it's got a big enough head, and I think it's going to surround sound the clit, and it, like, makes my whole arm shake when I turn it on, I pretty much have a good opinion of it. The ones I stay away from, because that's where I found the most duds, are like the minis, when people are like, oh, this is discreet and quiet. Also, it's like you're tapping on my clit. What are we fucking doing here? I'm not a fan of those. So yep. Jerica, that's actually a really good suggestion for JB, another Kinky Elf on the Shelf photo series. That would be. Yeah. I would be happy to try and come up with ideas, except I'm not usually creative on that level. I'm creative in other ways, but not that. Yeah. But, you know.
I mean, don't really do much on the blog, but it would be probably do it for
We could do it on LB's, but we don't have to code here. Loving BDSM blog.
Right.
Yeah. I would be down
or the
with that.
Insta.
Or both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the above.
There you go. Thank you, Silent Wing. It's V for vibes.
Okay.
And Rara says the Thunder Stick is a good one. I love wand massagers. I would just have a collection of just those if I could. tootimid.com is the site, sent me, oh my God, like I think 8 years ago, this pink medium-sized wand massager that they called the battery operated boyfriend, B.O.B., the pink B.O.B. I don't like the name, but this thing was fucking good because it wasn't humongous. It was rechargeable. It was silicone. It was pink. That was fine.
You wore that poor thing out.
8 years it took me to kill that fucker. That thing was good. That thing was good.
You were so sad.
I was.
When that thing died.
My current replacement isn't even a wand massager, but it's Hot Octopus, and I fucking love all the vibrators Hot Octopus does. The Curve, K-U-R-V-E, Curve by Hot Octopus. It's technically a G-spot vibrator. Look, a G-spot vibrator is just like it's just a clit vibrator waiting to happen, waiting for its big moment. And it doesn't give me the same sensation that the large head of a wand massager will do. But because it's this deep, thumpy, throbby kind of sensation, I don't care. It gives me enough. And that's my current new favorite. And I think it's one of Hot Octopus's more affordable options. Like, I think I've seen it on sale for like $40 or $50 at different times. Like, it's not like they're crazy high-end priced one. I don't think, I mean, it's been a while since I looked, but yeah. Oh my gosh, vibrating nipple clips. Whoop. Whoop. Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. We don't have budget to buy new sex toys.
I know we don't.
And I haven't been reviewing and just letting people slide into my inbox and go, hey, try my damn toy. So
I know.
It'll be a while. Hell, we did buy toys we haven't even tried. 2 years. We've got Electro Play cock rings that are still in the box.
Yeah. I know.
It's fine. Holy shit, D-Bunny. Okay, it's $123. Maybe I saw it on a really good sale at some point. Shit. Okay, thank you for doing the research. Damn. Hot Octopus does sales. Their best sales are at the holidays, but they do sales a lot. So if anybody's interested in that thing, wait for a fucking sale. Don't pay full price. Any tips for wax play, knife play, a sensation play, and caning as a completely blind dom? I would not feel qualified to give tips as a person who can see to someone who cannot. Anybody in the comments who maybe can would feel more qualified,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please chime in for Nikita's World. I would say knife play, and shameless plug here, because full disclosure, we sell these. Until you're confident and comfortable with using a knife, try a wooden knife. Yes, we make and sell those at the Kinkery, thekinkery.com. We're low on those right now, because you're not going to accidentally cut somebody with a wooden knife. Like, you have to be stabbing to try and even attempt to break skin. Caning in general, for anybody, I would say start off slow and light and work your way up in intensity, to the point that you're like, yes to this and no to that. Yeah. I don't know that I have. Do you have anything that you would add to that?
Excuse me. No, I can't really.
Okay. Yeah, it just feels like a buzz. It's not like a staticky, sparky kind of thing. It's just a buzzing sensation. It doesn't have to be a sharp pain unless you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. You turn the dial up, it's a sharp pain. But you keep the dial low enough, it's just like this pulsy, buzzy thing. It's like, I always feel like it's a vibrator, but like under my skin somehow. Yeah. So... making sure. Okay, D Bunny asks, what's your recommendation for your favorite paddle that we make at the Kinkery? I'm gonna need you to stay away.
Excuse me.
I know the food is settling, but come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your recommendation?
My recommendation,
Fave paddle.
I would say I probably have two right now at this point. It would be the Rough Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And the thick stick.
So we are out of stock on the Rough Riders. They are coming back. JB has started a whole stack of them. The Rough Rider, it's technically a lightweight paddle, so you would go, oh, it should be smacky and stingy. The rope, what kind of rope is that?
Hemp.
I ask every time. I don't know why I can't keep that information in my head. It's scratchy, so you get a sensation kind of deal going there, and it adds enough weight to this very lightweight wood that it becomes a thuddy paddle. There's a smack to it because it's wide enough for that, but it's a much thuddier paddle. We used it birthday spanking.
Yeah,
we used it in a scene on our spicy page.
Mm-hmm.
And it can hurt. It can hurt like hell, especially the way the rope goes across it. On the back, there's the knots to keep the rope in place, and those two knots hurt like a motherfucker. Just in case you wondered. So yeah, my fave of what we currently make is definitely the Rough Rider. The thick stick is a completely different type of sensation. It's a cross, in my mind, between a cane and a paddle. Yeah. Because you get all of what you would get with wood, the smack, maybe thud, whatever, but it's a sharp thing, a sensation that only goes across a very narrow point of the body, and so that to me is similar in sensation to a cane. Not the same, but
1
similar.
inch wide, 1/2 inch thick.
So, and he, for once, like, all the paddles have rounded edges. Like they're not this thing.
No.
Those are right angles. Those are 90-degree angles. So if when you're hitting, you kind of come down at an angle and not flat, you're going to feel that too. Yes, Silent Wing. If you ever looked at a cane and thought if that only came in wood, that's basically what he thought. Yeah. Yeah, Junie. Now, I liked the sensation of the rope less when we were like a million kajillion smacks in and my ass was really red. I was like, okay, this was not my favorite anymore. But it did what you intended it to do. Yeah. So, Mr. Spock, y'all ask me that every time we talk about this. It's not been on my list. I need to remember to write it down. That's a long-term project. Mally asks, any suggestions for pervertibles for sensation play?
Oh yeah.
You hit his hot button. Thanks, Mally.
I've known people who use. Not sure if you're familiar with them. When people cook a pork butt to make shredded pork, the pork pullers.
They're like really large, like forks, but they're not forks. It's the tines are spread apart.
They're kind of like tines.
Pork pullers. If you do a search, that's what they're.
And
nothing dirty.
And you can pull those across the skin. Mm-hmm. What else? One of the popular things, I think Dollar General or Dollar Tree or one of these places sell them. They're electrified bug swatters. They look like a little miniature
Electroplay on the cheap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look like miniature tennis rackets that you can put batteries in it, and you swap bugs and it's electrocutes them. They make great little things for electroplay.
Wooden? No, I was thinking impact. Sorry, I got all excited. I was like, wooden spoons, but no, that's not going to take for sensation
play. What else?
Which just reminds me that sensation play is one of the topics we really need to do. So maybe we really need to hurry up and do that topic.
Yeah. You would want to be a little careful with this, but the little handheld cheese graters.
You need to be very careful with that.
I mean, but you could pull that lightly across the skin. Yes.
Lightly.
Something like that.
Lightly.
Forks.
Mm-hmm. And that's if you want something that is either painful
Pokey,
or pain adjacent. Like I know for me, part of sensation play, when you're not actually hurting me, but my mind goes, this could hurt if he just pressed down, then I react as if I'm in pain and he hasn't done anything. But if you want to go on the softer side, it depends on how soft you want to go and how you react to softer sensations. But microfiber cloths, those are super soft.
Yeah.
Scratchy, cheap sheets. That's off. Since if you have sensory issues, like certain sensations you just don't like or like aggravate you, as I have found that I do, man, the wrong material of bed sheet or even towel.
Dustin said ice cubes. That's always a good, that's most people have ice in the house. That works real well. Yeah, Maddie, I mean, technically a Wartenberg wheel is a pervertible. Because
it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it's not something, though, unfortunately, you could go to a discount store and buy off the shelf.
You'd want a fork would actually be the replacement there, probably. Yeah. Or who was it? Mally said needle rollers for acne and skincare. That would be the cheaper version.
Okay.
Or maybe just easier to get your hands on version.
Yeah.
Of Wartenberg wheel.
Okay.
Cotton balls, Reef Ghost points out. Sandpaper. Yeah, be careful with sandpaper too. Yep.
So there's a lot of different things that
you can always tell. I feel like you can kind of tell the Kingsters in a store, like the kitchen area or a Dollar General, because we're touching stuff. Like, what does that feel like?
What is that?
Would I like this on another part of my skin? Feather dusters, for like a tickle light play, and it depends on the kind of sensation you want to go for.
Very true.
So, okay.
So there's lots of things that you can explore. Munch I used to attend years ago. There was a group there. Because after the Munch, there would always be a dungeon night. And they always had this, there was a group of people there that they always had this little challenge. And after the Munch, they would run to either Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any of these little discount stores, and look for things that they could turn into pervertibles. And then that night they would bring their finds to the dungeon and
try and incorporate them into a scene. The one that comes to mind that I never forget, and I don't remember what the damn thing's called. It's like this jelly material. It's in the toy section, and the one I'm thinking of was in the shape of a hand, and it was like a slapper, and you threw it, and because it was this jelly sticky texture, it would stick. And I remember a friend of ours trying to incorporate that in impact play. It was more fiddly than anything, but it was funny while she was trying it, because she'd pull back and go slap, and it would just sort of slap against the skin, but there'd be this like neon colored like jelly hand on a person's body. So Miss Woodhouse asks recommendations for just starting to explore a 24/7 dynamic. My sub and I have naturally started to have a dynamic, and both have been surprised, both interested, not sure where to start. Slowly, always slowly. So really, since you're finding yourself kind of in this, and it's kind of maybe happening sort of organically, go ahead and have the conversation about what is happening and where you think you'd like it to go, because the thing you think today might not be what you're actually doing 6 months from now. And then, because once you can kind of start putting like definitions to it, parameters to it, ideas to it, then you can reverse engineer how do we slow this down so we can be a little bit methodical about it and try and ease into this in a way that's not overwhelming for everybody.
I'm going to use the C word, communicate, and do so in a manner, especially since it's something, it's a new relationship that's building. Communicate to manage expectations. Because sometimes, especially in a new relationship, expectations on both sides can be a little, out of sync. So you want to manage those and meet somewhere in the middle with your expectations. And
be prepared to have to shift gears, change paths, because when you start talking about where you're trying to go and how you're going to get there, you'll have an idea in your head of, this is what we'll try, this is what I think would work, right? What are my needs? What are your needs? What am I willing to do? What are you willing to do? Those kinds of conversations. And then you'll try the thing that you've set up that you're gonna try, and it won't work for one of you. I mean, it's not a guarantee that it'll happen all the time, but it will happen at some point. And so the willingness of both parties to come and talk about that, and then go, okay, how do we shift this? Do we just toss this? Do we change it? Like, what needs to happen here? There was another thing, but I got distracted by the dog. Damn it. I had another thought. Shit. The other thing I would say about 24/7, because the thing that tends to trip people up about 24/7 is the mental image you have in your mind of what DS is, which for some people may be very overt acts, very, very clearly delineated Dom sub kind of stuff. And for many people, that doesn't always fit into what they think about 24/7, because they're like, yeah, but I got a job, or yeah, we're raising kids, or yeah, I got this responsibility. How does that fit? In our experience, the way those things fit is that a lot of our power exchange is not overt. Nobody watching us would know what's happening. It's actually very subtle stuff that only has meaning to us. It looks from the outside like one of us is super polite, or one of us is chivalrous, or one of us just likes to take care of people. That's what it looks like if you don't know what you're looking at. So don't think just in terms of the fantasy stuff, the kink scene stuff. If there are other ways that you can experience your power exchange that fit into your life, so then you can do it 24/7, that's the kind of stuff to look at. But when you do that, you have to think of who you are as a Dom, who you are as a sub, what you're willing to do, what you want, what you need. Lots and lots of negotiation. Lots and lots of communication. Hopefully that's helpful. Ashley asks, after signing up for Patreon, can I get into your Discord? If I already have Discord. It's supposed to give you the option, like I think in your settings there should be a link. That doesn't always happen for folks. So if you don't see a way to get into Discord, DM me in Patreon and I can send you a link. Lola's just not up for like jumping up and like.
No, she's not.
She does not feel like being on
I
camera.
thought she was going to come over and do it, but then she just kind of rolled over and wanted belly rubs.
We have been really focused on our work the past couple days, and I think she's feeling neglected. At one point, she howled at me today, like a wooed, and I'm like, oh, this is your I want to go out sound.
Yeah.
No, she just wanted me to rub her belly.
Yeah.
And I mean, same girl. I a woo like that when I need a butt rub. Somebody last night could have rubbed my butt very sweetly, but actually he smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah, try it.
I was like, but I wanted a butt rub. And I never got a butt rub. No, I never got a butt rub.
You didn't.
Right.
You're right.
I'm
But
putting in my formal request.
But you got some very satisfying smacks across your ass.
Who was satisfied?
Right here.
I'm glad one of us was. Please consider this my formal request at some point at your convenience.
Okay.
For a butt rub.
Okay.
My neck hurts. What the hell happened?
I will consider the request.
Why are cords jiggling?
Because I'm jiggling and I'm moving.
Okay. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I don't want us to like get unplugged in the middle. Because you're jiggling, you said.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's an innuendo there. I don't know.
Nah. Nah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, my neck, like just out of nowhere. Is she leaning against my boxes?
Yes, she is.
It's like she wants to be close to you, but she also does not want to make eye contact with you.
No.
She leaned on me when we were sitting on the couch together after we got home. I was like, oh.
You know, after we got home, she was kind of, following me around with that lost puppy dog look. So I thought, okay, we got some time before we have to be here, and let me sit on the couch and cuddle with her and whatnot for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And she did. She climbed up in my lap, boy. She was waiting. She knew I was heading to the living room, mm-hmm. and she followed me. And she sat down in front of the sofa. She waited for me to sit down. I put my neck pillow, mm-hmm. and then I grabbed the pillow to put in my lap. Once I put that pillow in my lap, she was up there in a heartbeat.
It's the pillow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you were at the gym yesterday, I was doing stuff before I came and sat down, and she was sitting in my seat and would knock it out. And she had her head on your neck pillow, just laying on it. I was like, those are comfy, but also, is it because you miss him? Is that what it is? Okay. Andre asked, what is your favorite aftercare snack / beverage? Waffle House. Here's the thing. When we scene at home, we're not getting a snack or beverage.
No.
We probably already have a drink somewhere. We'll just sip on it. We might go, eat lunch at home or whatever. Like, no. But when we scene in a club kind of setting, which has been many, many years now.
Yeah.
Water for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there are snacks at the venue, I'm a cheese and crackers kind of girl.
Yes, definitely cheese.
Love me some cheese and crackers. Mm-hmm. But when we're leaving, we're going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where we live, that's not a problem. There's one on every corner. It's like Starbucks. So... D-Bunny asked, how old was Lola when we got her? I think she was 6.
6.
And we've now had her... We're going on 3 years.
Yeah.
So she will be 9 this year?
I know.
Holy shit. 8? Maybe 8. I gotta look at her records.
We have to look, but I want to say she was 6 when we adopted. An awful lot of noise over
She's
there.
playing with her giraffe and fooling with her blanket. Yeah, Maddie, the last time we went to the woodshed and scened was 2019.
2019, yeah.
Yeah. We stopped going to anything once COVID hit, and now we've been to the woodshed for their vendor stuff, but we have not played. So So, yeah, Silent Winged, it feels like we all blinked. We got her, we got all three of them at the end of 2020 after we moved into this house, which it blows my freaking mind that we've been here since 2020. We adopted Lola in November of 2020, and it's now February of 2023. What the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm. Hang on, let me see if I can
find... What the fuck is happening?
Hang on, I'm trying to clean. All right, let's see.
Oh, why does my neck hurt?
I don't know. What did he do?
I don't know. You know what? I sat on the couch and was watching videos, and I didn't put my neck pillow on to stabilize it. And I was looking down, and I bet that's what I did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you saw. For sure. They are everywhere here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Which I imagine in Georgia it's even worse. There's even more. But Mississippi's like that. Alabama. Just the South in general.
We adopted Lola on 11/16/20.
Yeah, I knew it was November 20. I need to look at her paperwork that they gave us because they told us her age, and I think even gave her birth year or her maybe her estimate. No, I don't remember. We got paperwork. I need to go look.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I don't have any of that. I just have the initial.
Yeah, Silent Winged, you're not wrong. The over 40 is definitely it. I apparently have arthritis in my neck, which doesn't surprise me with, neck pain and neck stuff and whatever. So, Maya asks, is there a podcast episode on subtle kink practices that you both practiced? It's not a podcast episode, but here on YouTube, it's been a while since we just did videos, but one of our last videos, I think we called it something like, what did we call it? Like how we do our DS in plain sight or whatever. And we go through some of those things, our subtle kind of kinks. So. Shybeen asked, how did we get started getting involved in local dungeons? Did you go by yourself first or with each other? My first time going to a dungeon, I was with JB because we were partnered at that point. But you have been in the lifestyle way longer than me.
I had been going to dungeons for quite a while before that.
Yeah.
When I discovered the local community and started attending Munches, and I found out about, at that time, it was Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the Tampa Bay area.
In the Tampa Bay area. And I started going to the dungeons. Loved it. I mean, they would have, after the Munch, they would always have at Phoenix, they would do different workshops, different things. They would have people doing whip displays, flogger displays.
And that would be in the dungeon before party time.
Right, before party time.
Lights were all on and everything.
Right. They would have discussions on DS protocols, high protocol, different things like that.
They would even do DOM meetings, sub meetings, BDSM 101 workshop, kind of deal, yeah.
And then after that, the dungeon opened up for play, and there were times, even if I didn't have anyone to play with, I would go just to hang out and socialize with people. Yeah,
because of the 3 dungeons we've gone to, and so that's the extent of my experience. And it may be different regionally or in different countries or whatever, but essentially there'd be a play area and there'd be a socializing area, and sometimes you could either watch the action from the socializing area, or there'd be like an area to watch the action that wasn't necessarily socializing. But it's not considered weird or uncommon for people to go by themselves, to not play at all, to just socialize, or to just watch others playing. So, I mean, it's a comfort level on an individual's part if they want to go by themselves. When I figured out I was kinky, I still lived in the Florida Panhandle, and at that point, and it has changed in the past 10 years, there was not a publicly available, when I say publicly, I mean like through FetLife, available kink community that I can find. It was all kind of underground, and it's extremely conservative in the panhandle of Florida, more so than the rest of Florida. And so everything was like, you had to know somebody who knows somebody who could vet you. Blah. And I was not interested in that level of, I didn't know anybody and I wasn't going out to find anybody to get involved. That is changing and has changed. We are, on FetLife, we follow groups in the panhandle, and they have munches all over the fucking panhandle now, which is exciting. And part of me is like, well, where the fuck were you 10 years ago? I still probably wouldn't have gone by myself, but if you had come to town, I would have gone with you. So no, I never had the opportunity to do any of it by myself, and my comfort level was always going with JB. I think if it had been an option with my previous relationship before I met you, that would have just been my comfort level to go with somebody, because that's how I am socially anyway. I don't want to go. If I go someplace by myself, it's because I know that the likelihood of interaction with another human being is almost zero. So, yeah.
Yeah, Rara, the person running the Phoenix now, they really are awesome. I knew them prior to them taking over the Phoenix Club.
Has Phoenix gone through like 3 handovers since
we've been part of it?
Was it 3?
It's been through 4 or 5 handovers since I've known.
Okay.
They are really doing an awesome job. I still follow all the groups and everything on Phoenix, and they've been doing some amazing things. It's wonderful what they're doing. Terry, hey.
You don't say people's names. You don't say hello to individuals. You go, hello, everyone. So, Terry, you're extremely special, just so you know. I feel like everybody else should be a little low-key jealous. Hi, Terry. You just lit up. That was precious. That was precious. We should all aspire to what we just witnessed from Baby. Terry, if you don't know how special you are, or if you didn't, you do now. Okay, I'm just saying. Wow, my neck still hurts. Like, it's not going away. Not the neck, the pain. If the neck went away, that'd be a problem. I've already given you shit, so I've rendered you speechless? Is that what happened? I love you. Okay.
Me? You're asking for trouble.
No, I've got pain right here. And you should be nice to me. At least a little bit.
I know what I'll do. I'll rub your butt later with this.
No, that's not a butt rub. A butt rub is a warm hand. Gentle but firm. No smacky.
This will warm your butt.
Just rubby.
This will warm your butt.
We're waxing on and off. That is the butt rub, okay? So asks, when you first started going to the dungeons, you went solo. Did you go with a known member?
No, I went solo. I went solo that time.
And that's not always it's not easy for everybody to do. JB, we call you more of an ambivert. You have your introvert tendencies, but you have your extrovert tendencies. So going to a place by yourself where you know not a fucking soul, from outside looking in, I would say does not intimidate you. It does not bother you.
No, it doesn't. And the thing was at that time when
everybody's experience.
When I first started going to Phoenix, like I said, the Clearwater Munch at that time, when they had the Munch, after that, people were invited back to the Phoenix. At that time, there was no play. It was just like there were open discussions. There were, workshops and such. So, it was kind of in that manner that I was introduced to it in that way.
And I really really think if you're trying to go to your first dungeon and you're a little like woo, this is a little intense, this is a little much, see if that dungeon offers things outside of play, like workshops, like demos, something where you can go and the purpose is not to mingle with a million people, but to just sit there and either observe or listen or maybe ask questions if you're feeling up for it. And that's a time when the lights are up and it's not like all thumping music and you know, whips flicking in the background. And that gives you the opportunity to meet people in a slightly lower pressure situation, right? Because maybe you're just sitting at like next to them or at the same table, depending on setup, you know, and you're there to learn something. And it's sometimes a little bit easier to transition then to either staying or coming back another time when it's the intensity of an actual like play party kind of deal. So, and then, you know, be true to yourself on your comfort level. I know that there are some people that can muster up the courage just long enough to do that hard thing and go there and just sit and be quiet in the corner. And I know I am one of those people who cannot muster up that courage, and somebody better be there with me. And that can take you longer to get to that step because you then have to find somebody who can go with you. But if you start talking to people in some of your local area groups through FetLife, and you get to know people online, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to go to that workshop. Are you going to that workshop? You might not go with somebody, but you meet them there, and then now maybe you have a friend. So, but all of that takes time.
Yeah. I know some dungeons, what they do, they have like a BDSM 101 class that, especially if you're a new person, you're pretty much required to attend before you can become a member.
Gotcha. And the other thing I've noticed, and I forget this a lot, and I forget it because of what we do here mostly, but I also forget because I forget that while kink communities are just a cross-section of the rest of humanity, so it's not dissimilar to like anywhere else, it is also very different. What I mean by that is, when I'm in a kink space and I don't want to talk to anybody and I don't want to I'm like uncomfortable or I'm feeling anxious or like just socially awkward, and I go sit in a back corner by myself and just like sit quietly, I don't know what people's internal thoughts are, but nobody like gives me shit, gives me side eye, treats me weird. Somebody might come up to me and they'll always be I've never had a situation where I've been like by myself and somebody approached me and they weren't respectful. And I do get that I'm in a slightly different position because some people will approach me because they know, hey, you're that Kayla girl from the internet. Like, I get that that's different. But I know for me, what I want when I'm feeling awkward is to just, if I'm gotta be by myself and feel weird, I don't ever go in going, people are going to be my friend, and if they don't talk to me, it's because they must not like me. I go in going, I hope to God nobody talks to me. And in kink spaces in general, people will respect the fact that you're probably, if you're off to the side by yourself, one, that's okay. And two, maybe you want to be by yourself. Some people will come up and talk to you, the really like social kind of people who are the type of community builders who see a new person and will at least go introduce themselves. That's not universal to every community, I know. Yeah. But in many of them, eventually you will arrive at an event and that person will be there, right? And they'll go, hey, I don't recognize you. You must be new. Let me come talk to you. But even then, everybody I've ever come across has been like, there. For those of us who are socially awkward and anxious and, you know, are really worried that the rest of the world is looking at us sideways and thinks we're weird, they really aren't. They're not thinking of us that fucking hard. And in good kink communities, consent matters outside of the fucking playroom. So they're like, that person seems to want to be left alone. I'm going to leave them alone until given a reason otherwise. So if that helps anybody have the shift of feel free to go and be quiet and sit at the back or sit in a corner and just observe, whether it's a munch or it's a play party or it's a workshop, that at least gets your foot in the door. Some people might not talk to you until you've shown up to things a few times and they recognize your face, right? That's okay. That really is okay. I think part of it is we've kind of got to stop thinking that we're going to arrive to a place as a total stranger and we should just make friends when we walk in the door. Making friends as an adult is so fucking hard. It doesn't work that way. We are not in first grade and we are not playing blocks together side by side anymore. Like, we got to be feeling it. The vibes got to be right. We've got to not feel awkward because we don't know that person and they don't know us. And what if I say something stupid and will they even, like, we're kind of all having those sort of thoughts. So just know it's going to be hard. And if people don't talk to you that first time, it's not because they hated you. It's because, you know, unless you talk to them first, they might have thought maybe you were just quiet and they wanted to leave you alone. And that's okay. Just saying.
And doctor, yeah, like Terry said, I was going to suggest that sounds like there is an opportunity for you to start a Munch there, to you know, create a community.
Yep. And Rara says, I've arranged to meet people at the dungeon to be the one person they know walking in. And see, and Rara's one of these people. Community builders, they get it. They know that you're nervous. Yeah. We have often said, if your dungeon, your Munch, your whatever event has a Facebook group or page or whatever, go there. Post, hey, I'm new. I would like to go, but I'm a little nervous. 1, see who responds. 2, if the organizers are like prominently like, this is who you should talk to, reach out to them. Say, hey, I'm new and I'm a little nervous. What do I need to know before I go? The best communities I've ever seen, online, in person, will have somebody doing their best to help you feel welcome. Right. And if you're not getting that vibe, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst community ever. It doesn't automatically mean bad things. It means you either may need to go look for another community depending on what options you have in your area. Rural places have fewer options, just the nature of the beast. Or you wait until you have that moment where you're like, I'm feeling it, I can go do this hard thing. Or get to know people in your local community online. If that's your comfort level, have conversations with people online, give that time to build. And then two of you go and be scared, but together, right? Yeah. And go to that first thing together, and you know you'll have that one person. But I think we just need to be more patient about it too. We kind of think that we're supposed to like, well, I'm kinky now, there's a community, even though I have never been comfortable with this, I should get comfortable with it now. It doesn't necessarily work that way.
She did silent.
Because I wasn't thinking about it and I said it fast. Right. If I have to think about it, I'll fuck it up.
But yeah, I mean, even if you come across an event on FetLife, you know, it usually will tell you who created the event. And, you know, you can reach out to the person who created the event and, you know, just kind of let them know, hey, I'm, you know, a little shy. I'm introverted, you know, even the boys, you know, I have some anxiety. And, you know,
I'm going to promise you are not the only one. You were not the first one. I have not gone to an event yet where I haven't talked to the few people I talk to. I don't talk to a lot. Y'all know how I am. Every single person so far that I've come across has been like, oh God, yeah, my first time coming here, I was terrified. Yeah. No, that's not universally true, but I promise you more people are terrified than are super excited to go to their first thing by themselves in a strange place with strange people. You are not alone. That's a very common experience. And I also think that if we can remember that and internalize that, then I feel like it can maybe take some of the pressure off.
Yeah. And Doctor, setting up a Munch shouldn't cost you anything.
No.
It's basically just finding a place that will host the venue.
Right. You can look at restaurants, bars, coffee shops, ideally a place where somebody can get food and drink. That tends to make it a little bit more social. That has a back room or an area that can be
somewhat private,
semi-private, away from the vanillas. And you go, hey, can I use this space on pick a day, pick a time and then estimate. And it's going to be a guess the first couple times for 10 people, for 20 people. And that shouldn't cost you anything. And if somebody's charging you for it, then that's not the place for you. Most people are happy to do it as long as they're pretty sure that most of the people who go are probably going to order something, right? And then the one Munch we went to that our friend Pam, shout out to Pam, hi, organized in a restaurant, the first couple, we were literally at just one big table. We kept our voices down because we were in the center of the restaurant, but we weren't trying to, she wasn't trying to like book a space. She didn't know how many people were going to come. And the first couple times, like 8 to 10 people showed up. So you could have like a big seating area. And as long as everybody was chill and didn't go too crazy, it was fine.
There was a group here that organized a summer munch at the beach, and everybody brought a potluck. You know, so it wasn't all on one person. Everybody who attended brought something.
Yeah, you as the organizer should not be shelling out money when you're first starting, because you don't even know how many people are coming. You just have to. It's still hard work. You have to like do the legwork to find a place,
find the place to hold the venue.
Right, yes. And then you've got to promote it on FetLife and post it in local groups and make sure people know about it. And that is in itself work, and it's labor, and it takes time.
Right.
But no, nope, you should not. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's some places where the standard norm is if you want the space, you have to rent it. Then I would maybe go, can we do a park thing? Can we do a beach thing? Can we do a thing that's outside and free?
Right.
Yep. So the thing to be mindful of is, are you in the middle of a vanilla space, and how easy is it for non-Kingsters to overhear, to walk through? And then the group just has to be mindful of that. That's all. So
Ella's in there.
I hear her
having a
crying.
Moment. Yeah.
She has been abandoned by all of us. Nobody loves her.
Look what time it is. We usually are heading to bed. So
she would like her nightly treats.
She would like her nightly treats, yes.
She'll be okay.
She'll survive.
She'll survive.
Yeah.
That's not just a primordial pouch.
Right. I know,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Ain't that,
but.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
And just so everybody knows, we are still taking questions. If you have a question you want to ask us, just tag us. It should not be overly long, meaning multiple messages to get your question through. And don't spam the chat. I've seen that Silent Wing and Mr. Spock have been doing the Lord's work here tonight. Because you will get your ass put in a corner. Yeah, I am of the mind that even in small communities, like small areas, multiple munches and groups is a wonderful thing. And the reason being, the one group that maybe is kind of loud and a little overwhelming, but is going to be great for some people. And some people are going to be like, no, this is not my vibe. And then another group might be smaller, or it might be just like somehow you herded all the introverts together. And it's going to have a different vibe, and it's be its own thing. And it's going to be great for some people. Choice is not a bad thing here. It does sometimes mean that you have smaller gatherings and you don't necessarily have these like massive munches, but like we live in not a like major metro area, and not only are there a ton of munches, they range in size. I mean, our munch, which middle of the week, which for me I'm always like, wow, how many, so many people get out in the middle of the week, and meets like at a truck stop in between the two major towns,
right,
can sometimes have 40 or 50 people. And that for me is super overwhelming.
And you know, what's funny, when we first moved here, there were several munches throughout the community here. And then everything shut down for COVID, but there was one munch that still continued running. Then even after everything opened up, it was still that one munch. But now between the two areas, there's, let's see.
And of course, does he try to go to nearly all of them?
Yes, there's like 5 or 6 munches now in the area.
And then if you're willing to drive, you can go to Orlando, and they got a shit ton. I mean, so, and then of course there's online spaces. The opportunity for community is bigger than we know. We just maybe have to reassess our expectations, look in places we wouldn't normally look at. Sometimes you organize your own shit and you're like, do the 5 people I like in this community show up for it? That's enough for me.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, community is to, I know you don't have to get involved in community online or in person to be a Kingster. It's not a prerequisite. It's not a fucking requirement. Many people have amazing kink lives and never like get to know anybody else who happens to be kinky. But for those people who find the right community for them, the fit for them, it adds something to the experience. You learn, you grow, you remember you're not alone, you make friends, but none of that is immediate. Like, I was very spoiled. My very first Munch, I get walked in by JB, who'd been going to that Munch for how many fucking years at that point?
A lot of years.
Like 10 years at that point when I walked in the door, and he'd been talking about me for 6 months to a year.
The West Pasco Munch.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, people felt like they already knew me, which was very overwhelming. Okay. I was very fortunate, and I know not everybody gets that.
Yeah.
I also know after we did move in together and you sent me to a Munch by myself, I cried before I left the house. I cried in the car. I cried the whole drive there. I cried in the parking lot. I dried my fucking tears long enough to get inside. I temporarily got befriended by somebody before they dropped me like a fucking hot potato. But I went home and went, I love you so much, I'm never fucking doing that again.
Yeah. And that was actually a social. That was actually a social thing that I thought you would enjoy.
Kink community event. It wasn't a Munch, but it was a whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went, no.
Yeah.
But I am the type of person that if I didn't have you and your social ability to like go out in public, I would be perfectly content with my online community.
Yeah.
Because to me, and I think that too many people kind of go, it's not real. Fuck that. It's real. Okay.
It is.
It's different, but it is just as genuine because you're still getting a lot of the same opportunities that you get in person.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's where I would be fine if we were not us and whatever. And I think that's okay too. Yeah. Sorry to have lectured at all of y'all for the past, 30 minutes? Sorry. So.
But, I mean, for me, you know, and I have told the story a number of times. I mean, I do love our community here online. I look forward to our hangouts on the Fridays especially, you know, but I remember so vividly when I attended my first Munch, you know, how welcoming everybody was, and folks sat and talked with me and, you know, asked me questions, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was really.
Yeah, that sounds like my personal nightmare.
You know,
see how different people are?
I mean, I was, you know, nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I honestly didn't know. You know, there's going to be all these weird people, I'm going to get. And it wasn't. It was a bunch of people who had this lifestyle in common that were
looked like people you'd see in the grocery store, y'all.
Yeah.
Like most of the time it's really low key like that. Mm-hmm. The thing is I think that for you and for me too, because my favorite Munch nothing has changed this feeling yet, is West Pasco. I started out very nervous, and by the end of it we were fucking helping host it.
Right.
Like,
well, that was the first Munch that I attended.
But the thing is I think that part of it's your personality, but you had a really good first Munch experience. Mm-hmm. So you're like, I know what this is supposed to be like, which one means that you're very aware when it's not going the way we think it should. But two, I think that what happens to too many people, because not every community is a great community.
And I know not every community has
people
that.
People go out
agree.
and they get ignored. They get or the vibe is off, and they kind of go, well, this is what it must be like. This is not for me, so the community is not for me, or I'll never find my community. Well, and that's not necessarily true,
right?
Is what I'm saying.
And I mean, even the Munch that I do regularly attend,
I know you adore it.
I love that Munch. It's actually put together by two people. One person has the skills for doing the scheduling and you know, getting the events put up, and the other person, you know, I lovingly call her the social director.
Yeah,
you know,
and she does a damn good job
at it. And she does a damn good job at it. She makes sure that everybody coming in, she says hello if they're new. She sits and talks with them.
She connects them to other people.
And she connects them to other people with things in common.
To me, she does what I feel like the ideal person in a community builder ideally will do, assuming it's their strength. And I think that's what that Munch does really well. The people who run it play to their strengths.
Exactly.
The person who's good at the organization and making sure it's going to happen and talking to the people at the restaurant, that's what he's going to do. And he's not doing one damn thing beyond that. Now, he's friendly and he's going to talk to people, but like, he ain't the social one. This would be like if JB and I had an actual in-person Munch. I would organize the whole fucking thing. I'd be your admin girl all day long. I don't want to talk to people who are walking in, okay? So yes, they divide and conquer. They get everything done that ought to be done, and they're playing to their own strengths. And I feel like if a community wonders, what could I be doing better? Why aren't I retaining people? Why aren't we growing? What's going on? That's the thing I would say. You need to get more than one person involved, because everybody's going to have different strengths. Find the person who can do what you suck at or you don't want to do, and see if they will do that part, and you go do what you do really well. Lola, I can't say all your names because that's our legal stuff. Lola, girl, what are you doing under my desk? Is there a Cheeto under there? There would be a Cheeto under my desk, just so you know. Ma'am, get out from under my desk, okay? Okay. So.
Oh! Look at that.
Hi. Did I stop giving you attention? You're not gonna give me kisses. You only kiss my hand or my arm. You don't kiss my face like you do your daddy. Hi, Lola. I love you, Lola.
Oh, goodness.
That's a deep stretch.
Right?
Hi. I gotta talk into the microphone. I gotta rant at people who did not sign up to be ranted at. I gotta lecture them, even though I feel bad for them. Sorry.
So see, folks, got a Lola sighting anyway.
Yup.
She just came up to see you instead of me.
I'm going to respond to Terry's comment, and then Andre will answer your question. You know what? There's some drama that life's just too short, Terry. Yeah. And sometimes life is too short. We actually moved here right as drama had just gone down and lots of Munches imploded. So drama will fuck a good thing up in a heartbeat. I also feel like we kind of can't get that magic back from that particular Munch, because there was like this core group. It was a core group of people. And then when people would come in, we would all be like warm and welcoming and be like, hey, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, there was a really good core group of people.
And I eventually like ingratiated myself I worked my way in there. Right. Okay, Andre says, forgive my crap memory. Don't feel bad. Same. I know you've done an episode that talked about how the world went to crap and DS went away. Have you done a how to fix it when the wheels fall off? Kind of. We didn't call it that. We incorporated it into our goals and plans episode earlier this year, because the DS had gone off the rails, and so what we talked about was what we were going to try to do to kind of get it back on the rails. But I don't think... Can I borrow some side of a piece of paper? Yeah. I don't want to mess up your flow or your system there. We could probably do an episode, if I don't think we have. Somebody with a better memory than me, Silent Wayne, you're our historian. Right. Is that episode in the archives and I'm forgetting? I know we've talked about it in some ways way back in the archive, but I don't think we've kind of gone here. Let's just outline it like that. I don't think we have. Yeah. Yeah. Lola, don't eat the leather cords. What are you doing, ma'am? Why are you being a menace tonight?
I wonder if I should let her... I wonder if she wants to go to bed.
Maybe, and go get in her crate.
Yeah. Let's see if that's what you want.
The one thing I can tell you from our personal experience when the wheels fall off is sometimes you got to let it come, like, wind down to a total stop and let the... Like, whatever caused the wheels to fall off, sometimes you got to get through that first. Not that it's even necessarily over, but that it's manageable. like it's become your new normal, and so you're like, okay, this is what the days are like. Okay, I don't feel like I'm constantly panicking or, you know, hyper stressed or whatever. And that's the dreaded P word that I fucking hate, patience. Sometimes you gotta let it lie until you get to a place where you're like, we both simultaneously have the mental energy to think about this. And that's what it was for us. Even as things had calmed down to some extent, we were not quite ready to go, but let's actually talk about this and see what we want to do to get back on track. So that's kind of a down and dirty sort of way of looking at it. But
She was a bundle of energy going in there.
She wanted to go to bed?
Well,
did she go get in her crate?
Let me tell you the story.
Oh, goodness.
First place she went was the kitchen. And she did a sweep, a full circle around the kitchen.
We'll never have to mop again.
Just to make sure that nothing, you know, was there that needed to be tended to. Mm-hmm. And then she went to her bed. She
was done with our bullshit. Is that
yeah, that pretty much.
I'm not just like checking out my own boobs, y'all. I need to check. Oh, yeah. It's not too spicy for YouTube. Her jumping up on me.
She came up hard and fast.
We've got to get her nails clipped.
Yes.
We've got to get her a bath. I am happy to pay the $20 that they charge us to do both of those things. I just have to call the groomer and get that set up.
Yep.
This week, after having had COVID for a couple weeks and like just getting over that and getting our energy back, this week was all of the appointments.
Yeah.
I was gone a total of like 7. I was like a work day yesterday, like actually have an office job work day, because I left to take the youngest to school. I went and got my hair done, and I never came home again until it was like 4:30. By the time I came home, I was gone. Like the work day was just gone.
Yep.
So that's all these appointments, and I was going somewhere with that, and I lost it. Couldn't tell you. I had a point. The train derailed. The train thought is derailed. It is, D-Bunny. I mean, I think it helps that she's short-haired dog. We just ask for a bath and her nails clipped, and it's kind of real simple, but I can only imagine what they charge the people that they have to do, like, the serious work on their dog. Yeah. But we are not one of those people.
Thankfully not.
I tip. It ends up being $25, so.
Yeah. They do a nice job. I mean, they, you know, nothing, no frills or nothing, but they do a good job.
And they love her.
Yeah,
she
they do.
loves them after the water part.
Yes.
She is not she's so gentle and sweet. She doesn't get her hackles up. She doesn't growl. She actually just plops her butt down on the floor and goes, you can't move me.
And tries to become an immovable object.
And I have absolutely watched them slide her big old butt right across their floor to get into where the bath is.
Yeah.
So we could tell she stinks to high heaven.
Yeah.
So bad. Plus, also, she hates letting us do her nails, so I let them do that. And that alone is worth the $20 to me for them to cut her nails.
I mean, it's funny. She will let me do almost anything to her, but when it comes to trimming her nails, she... No.
Thank you, Yusol. Thank you. Good to see you too,
Terry. Good to see you too, Terry.
We
Take
miss
care.
You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it
Night,
wasn't
Kim.
so difficult, she's such a good girl. She will get in the tub and let us give her a bath, but she will not make it easy for you. Her whole chest in front of her body is pressed against the side of the tub.
Yeah.
And so there's no washing her from the chin down. And I bend over double to do, once we found this place and they were nice and she smells good and is clean and it didn't fuck up her skin and they do her nails, I was like, take my fucking money.
Yeah.
This is worth it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Andre. And if we had a different kind of dog, I probably would not do grooming. I will try to never have a dog that has to be groomed, like the kind that can get matting or like they have to have haircuts kind of deal. Like I'm going to try not to have that kind of dog. I am a fan of short-haired dogs just in general. Yeah. Short-haired cats too. although I am in love with the orange cats in the neighborhood, who are all long-haired cats, but I know if they lived in this house, that would suck.
Oh, gosh.
But their floofy tails are so beautiful and luxuriously floofy.
Yes.
Like, they're just... I don't know. So, Saki had to have his glands expressed.
Yes.
Every, 6 to 8 weeks. Lola, when we never had it done for her until the groomer said, there's something leaking from her butt. You might want to talk to your either get the glands expressed or talk to your vet.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nervous poo. She was so nervous. Her glands were expressing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I learned, because I didn't know this, that the vet said typically many dogs, they push, they do their business, it clears itself out. They checked her glands and they were like, very little, but if this happens again, bring her back, we'll do it. We've never had to get that done for her, except that one time when we were checking up on her, and even then the tech was like, there's not a lot here. But Saki, we had to do it for him all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But thankfully, he was a little dog. He also would not let us bathe him. He would go stiff leg, and his legs were bigger than his body, longer than the rest of him. So we took him to get done, but because he was a little dog and short-haired, it was really cheap too.
Right.
So we've, knock on wood, but that's when we went to the groomer at the vet, which is more expensive than the place we go now.
Mm-hmm.
And with a little dog like him, with the nails and the glands, it was like $40 total.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor, Lola is not a water dog. I see these clips, these reels on Instagram of dogs swimming in the pool, or dogs that have, like a little kiddie pool that they can play in. I've seen a number where there's people spray the hose and the dog's catching the water.
Not
That's
our
not
girl.
Lola.
She won't even walk through a puddle of water on the ground.
No.
She'll walk around it. She's not. No.
If it has rained or raining,
she's not going out?
Nope. There's water on that grass. I'm not getting in there with my feet. My feet are not getting in water.
Nope. She does not like water. Does not like water at
all.
She's. It would be nice if we would thought, oh, big dog. Yeah, we'll bathe her. That's exactly. We'll do it outside in the backyard. It's fucking Florida. We can do this almost year round.
Mm-hmm.
Then learned she hated water.
Yep.
Whoops. Usol said, do you have any reptiles like snakes, or have the kids asked for any? They have not asked. The youngest, who's 13 now, I offered because he was interested in pets. And when we first got the cats and the dog, he was very uncertain, unsure. He loves animals, but was afraid to kind of be near them. He's not like that at all now, but he was at the time. And so I offered, I was like, would you like a lizard, a reptile of some sort? Would you like something that actually lives in an enclosure so, you get that space? He was kind of interested, but then never really followed up.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, now the youngest, He
picks up Ella like a baby.
Ella and carries her around and plays with her and pets her. She comes, sits in his lap.
Lola gets in his bed.
Lola,
morning and night.
It's become kind of like a thing at night. We jokingly talk about how Lola helps put the pup to bed.
Yeah, because she does sort of treat him like she thinks he's a puppy. I'm like, he is almost 6 feet tall at age 13. Right. That's not a puppy, but okay.
But she treats him like a puppy.
Yeah. Including snapping at him to correct. We've had to deal with her going, no, not to the humans. We don't do that to the humans. But yeah. So no, it was we made the offer at a certain point when we thought there might be interest, and then nah. I mean, I'm not personally interested myself in having any pets like that, but I was willing if if the kid wanted one. So
all right, Andre, take care. Good night.
Yeah, and Onyx, I would love to pick that cat up and cuddle her like a baby. She is so soft, and she's She doesn't know that she's cuddly, but she's so fucking cuddly, but she's not allowing it. For anybody, not even JB.
She lets me brush her at night. That's become like a habit with her. I brush her. Now, she will not let me pick her up or cuddle her. But when I am sitting at my desk, she will jump up on the desk and she will like kind of like tap me with her paw. And then she will curl up in my lap.
She has also learned the joy of both butt rubs, glad somebody's getting them, and head scratches, and will be very insistent on those, but she's not letting anybody pick her up. Now, when she's sedated to go to the vet, then you can pick her up, as long as you're not me. I would kill to cuddle Onyx. I have a feeling we're going to have to wait till she's like an elderly cat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to, like, that's when she's going to let somebody pick her up and cuddle her. You know what, Silent Winged? The only weirdness is that when we're not sitting here recording, I will sometimes, like, I'll be at my desk and I'll look over and there's Onyx just sitting in the middle of the table, staring at me. And she's in full loaf. Like, she's completely comfy. But she hasn't done it since
that
while
one
we've been
time,
sitting here since that one time. She does photobomb our spicy content.
Yes, she does.
Did she? I think you said she did in the one I haven't edited.
Not in the last
one.
one.
She didn't? Okay.
The time before she
did.
No,
I saw that one because I went to edit it and you're like wailing on me with the flogger and there goes Onyx.
She was hiding in the closet and she bolted out of the closet and went through the window in the back of the room into the office here,
It's like, well, this is real life, folks. It's really our bedroom. It's not a set. It's really our fucking cat. Yep. Because we do attempt to kick everybody out of the bedroom before we do anything. But yeah, she hides deep in the closet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever kind of pussy you like to look at, right, Sally?
I guess, that's the,
Yeah. Word. But, yeah. We're here for around another 30 minutes, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Make sure to tag us. Don't spam, yada yada. There we go. But yeah, it was real quick. She just darted through she came from out of the closet up the side of the bed, and so the way the house is situated, this office that we're in is actually, it used to be a sunroom. It's an addition to the house, and our bedroom window actually faces into the office. We keep that window up. One, we can talk to one another from the bedroom into the office, but two, the cats use it as a thoroughfare, and that is her preferred way to get the hell out of the bedroom. And so she apparently just was done listening to what we were doing, and she went running up, down on the floor, up the top of the bed, the corner, and then right through the window. So, yeah. We did not get boring pets.
No.
For sure.
No, we did not.
I meant to tell you.
Uh-oh.
The rescue we got Lola from is based out of Gainesville. They're called Plenty of Pits. 2 things I saw in less than 24 hours. One was a pitty puppy who was up for adoption through the rescue, and she was beautiful. But then there's a adult pitty, who is being fostered now, waiting to be adopted, but the foster cannot keep her past mid-March, so they're like, we'll take an adopter or a foster, and I had to have that moment of, do we have the bandwidth to foster a dog right now? We don't. Brindle. Full brindle pitty. She's beautiful. D-Money asks, is there a favorite fur baby? So I think, yes and...
Well...
No, because I don't have favorite children either, but... Lola gets more love and attention because she fucking demands it.
Yeah.
Onyx, that's unrequited love. Like, I desperately want to love her or love on her and show my affection to the fullest, and she just won't fucking let me. And so it makes me overeager, like ridiculously so. Like if this was a relationship thing, I would be the problematic one for not leaving her the fuck alone. Okay, like it would be bad. It would not be healthy. Which just intensifies my desire for her to love me back, and I'm probably never going to get it. And she's probably going to be a crusty, crotchety old lady when she's an elderly cat. So Lola gets the most love and affection of like the kids are equal opportunity with everybody, but Lola becomes my baby because, you know, she puts her head on my chest, she curls up next to me. She then presses too hard into me and I get touched out and I'm like, this is too much. I'm overwhelmed. But I still love her. So, I don't know. What about you?
I mean, no, don't really have a favorite. I mean, Lola and I are definitely bonded in a very deep way. Okay. She listens to me more than she listens to anybody else in the house.
Oh, God, yeah. She did good tonight. I was keeping her away when the pizza arrived for the kids.
She did.
She really wanted to go see what you were doing, but when I called her over, she quickly came to me.
She did. And, you know, with Onyx, we have a kind of a unique relationship.
You're the fucking
too.
cat whisperer, though.
Yeah.
There's not a cat alive who will not come up and seek some attention from you.
True.
I think Onyx realizes that she and I are way too much alike, and she's like, no. There's only room for one crazy bitch, and I'm it. We're very skittish. We don't like crowds. We don't like loud noises. You know?
Yeah, no.
We will run from you if you like give us way too much attention for too long.
Yeah.
We're kind of bitchy. Like we're very similar.
True.
So.
Yeah.
He's stable. He's not in any major current pain. And he's got yet another follow-up in a few weeks. So
6 weeks.
things are pretty good right now.
Right,
As good as they can be.
Right
It's
now,
not perfect,
things are stable. Like I explained earlier on, it's never going to get back to 100%.
You're walking upright, though.
I'm walking upright.
And faster than me, again.
Yeah. I know you hate that.
I do. I really do.
You know, I'm trying to do the things I should be doing. Working on trying to lose some weight to take the strain off of my back. Been doing water aerobics. I go 3 days a week to do that, and you know, just doing what I can to keep things in a status quo.
Yeah, that part's all a slow process.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But your doctor was so happy when you're like, I've lost 10 pounds. She was like, that is amazing.
Right,
and I was like, thank you. Somebody needs to hype him up because when I go, that's amazing. He's like, he does the typical, but you're supposed to say that. You love me. When somebody not related to him says the exact words with the exact inflection that I used, then he's like, wow, I wish somebody had told me. I love you so much.
You know, you're pretty damn sassy for someone sitting here with a big stick.
I try to always sit close to the ones with a big stick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Look, that's what you get for feeding me such good fucking food. I'm a spoiled girl.
That was some damn good food tonight. It was.
D-Bunny asks, what do you do in water aerobics?
Well, let's see.
Depends on who the teacher is. Sometimes they sing to one another.
Yeah.
That is the limit of JB's I'll be a social person. And he's like, I'm not fucking singing in a class.
Yeah, no. That was even a little much for me. What do we do? We use water weights. A lot of the exercises that we do are geared towards strengthening core. There is some upper body work and some leg work, But I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I have to say, even when I have even just a little bit amount of pain, when I get in the water, I have no pain whatsoever.
Yeah, all that pressure's been relieved.
All the pressure's been relieved. So I actually kind of look forward to it. I'll be going to a class tomorrow morning, 9:30.
Oh, you are going tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you going to that Munch tomorrow?
Maybe.
Okay, I don't want to go into that.
I didn't think you did.
Well, it kills me because I kind of do because it's at a restaurant I really like.
Yeah, I know.
But I just want a week. One, I'm going to work this weekend, and two, I just kind of want to just chill.
Yeah, no, I don't join in the singing.
That was that one instructor who apparently does that in all her classes.
That's the one that does the early morning weekday classes.
Okay.
And I went to that one time.
And they sang.
And they sang. Yeah, I know.
Look, do you know how far out of pocket you got to be for JB to go, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That is not the social activity I'm doing. Okay.
I mean,
that's my limit right there. We found your hard limit.
Kayla will tell you, she has heard me when I'm working in the shop.
Oh yeah, you put on a concert.
I will put on a concert. Okay. But the kind of stuff that they were saying, no, red.
And then there was the one, you went to a class, I think it was a Saturday class, and it was the normal instructor wasn't there, so it was somebody taking their place.
Yes, filling in for them. That
person talked to you after class and got like TMI left and right from what I recall. Like, I apparently thought JB was his new best friend. And now look, the joke in the family is the three of the four of us, and I think the oldest has this too. We have these faces where people are like, let me tell you my whole life story, even though like I'm just like trying to take your order for dinner, right? And so I do wonder if some of it was that you have that, but you were like an hour late getting home because
very nice person.
Sure, they usually are very nice people, but also that's a bit much as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of what, without getting too personal, because I think they got too personal.
I'm not going to go into it because all the stuff was very, very personal.
But that's just weird.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they didn't actually have any real interaction with you because it was the first time you had gone to that class that they were teaching. And afterwards they went, you know who I need to unload all of my personal trauma and shit onto? That random stranger who came to this class. He's the one. Yeah, that was one of those times I was like, when is he coming home? I know obviously in the pool you don't have your phone, but I had been texting and I hadn't heard shit. And finally you like stagger in and you're like,
Good night, Ashley.
Fucking kidding me.
But you know, the one class that I go to on Tuesday and Thursdays, I enjoy that class. There, rather than singing, the instructor, plays music. They have a playlist to accompany with what we do, and it's quite an interesting selection of music. She plays. There's Bee Gees. There's some Lady Gaga. There's Leonard Skinner,
so
Bruce
I'm curious,
Springsteen.
with the Lady Gaga, is that where you went, I'm going to make me a Spotify playlist for Lady Gaga? Or you had already before then?
I had already before then knew I liked a lot of her music.
Driving back from our day in Gainesville this past week, and we talked about it in the podcast episode this week. And he's like, I'm gonna play some music, not the radio. I'm like, okay. And then it's a Lady Gaga playlist, and I was like, it's not a problem. I like Lady Gaga, but because most of your concerts are Rush, Journey, it was one of those, oh wow, look at him listening to the 21st century.
Right? No, I genuinely like her music.
I know you
listened
do.
To it.
You wouldn't have a playlist if you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard her music on the radio, and I've always enjoyed what I've heard on the radio, and yeah.
Oh, hello, ma'am. Are you gonna come up and Onyx just rubbed against my leg. Hi. You won't jump on my lap, but would you come up here? If I move too quickly, she'll run and bolt, even though she knows me. Hi, ma'am. See if you would get on my lap. It would be so fun.
Well, the night group that I go to, they were all talking about meeting at a local diner for a Valentine's Day brunch.
Oh, goodness.
No.
Oh, I was hoping she was going to jump up here. She might get in your lap. She's not getting in my lap. We've got Onyx down at our feet. Is that going to be an Onyx sighting? Is she high up enough? It's just the top of her head.
Yeah.
And now her claws are stuck in you.
Yes. I don't know. I'll have to... Oh, yep, there was not, but she blended in with my...
She did. She's dead-ass black. And she's moved on. I thought we were going to get an Onyx sighting.
I thought she was going to do it, too, yeah. So, some of the conversations that these people have at the water aerobics, I'm just like, these are not my people.
I need the class to get in shape.
I
need the class to get in shape.
I'm here to do the exercises. I'm here for a purpose, but 9 out of 10 these people are not going to be my
Yeah. It would be cool if you could vibe with the group, and then your friends are primarily kink community friends at this point. Yeah. Now, are you at the point where you can text with many of our neighbors in the neighborhood? Yes. Yeah. You have that level. Mm-hmm. Not for casual conversation, but you could if you wanted to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So. We've got about 15 minutes, just so y'all know. If any last minute questions that are percolating in your mind, feel free to go ahead and ask away. Mm-hmm. Tag us at Loving BDSM. Any question that takes more than one text box is probably too much for this venue. You can contact us through our website. Don't spam the chat there. I think I remembered all the rules, right? This time? I don't know. I am fading.
I see that.
But I didn't have a strenuous work day, but I had was very focused on everything I did, and to the level of focus that hours passed, and I looked up and I was like, holy shit, I've been sitting in this one spot doing this one thing for how long now? I mean, it was good. I got stuff done, but it's makes me tired once I look up. So, but, and then I'm going to try and get some work done tomorrow. So. I don't. She's yawning into the microphone. Sorry, y'all. Okay, come on, Onyx. Come on up for everybody to see you. Did you figure it out, Silent Winged, what my hair reminded you of? I'm pretty sure, she can't get up here because there's no room for her. But those little ears certainly look curious. She might come up, y'all. She's thinking about it. Hi, Onyx. Hi, can I love you? Yeah. Christina asked if we've read any good books lately. I am reading one now, and it was amazing when I started it, and then I haven't had time to sit down. And she's just rubbing against the microphone. It's The League of Gentlewoman Witches. I cannot remember the author. It is so good. It is such a fun read. That's my book right now. Yeah. I've
been reading a sci-fi series. It's actually a 16-book series.
Of course, you always read those monster series.
And I got the whole box set through BookBub. It's called Renegade Star.
Okay.
I've been enjoying it immensely. Each book itself is not very long. It's like a little novella, but it all fits into the next series of books.
Are you
purring? And I've been enjoying it. It's been a good. I love the characters.
Okay. Jay, munches are for making friends in the community. They can help you potentially meet new people who might one day become a partner, but it's really about connecting with other like-minded people, getting to know people, getting in touch with the community. So if your area is the type where it's mostly play parties, but you have to know somebody or somebody has to know you for you to get invited, that's a good way to go get known so that maybe you can do those kinds of things. Friendship. I don't recommend going to a munch just to look for a partner. That doesn't usually end the way you think it will. But if you go to make friends, they can either eventually become partners or help sometimes you meet people who might be a
Sometimes you never
partner.
know where friendship can lead.
Right.
But
Disney asks if we've heard of A.G. Riddle. That name does not ring a bell.
No.
Hi.
Man, listen to her purring.
I know. Hi, ma'am. Yep. Oh. Your tail's flicking my mic, ma'am. Butthole was right up to it too. If she farted, y'all would have heard. So, and Christina, I think going to a munch just to try and meet somebody that whatever can be predatory, but I think the reality tends to be it's a mindset of, oh, the person I meet, they can maybe be my next somebody, and then the reality is you go and you don't meet anybody that would be your partner, and then you walk away disappointed thinking, quote, the munch didn't work. Well, that's not the purpose of a munch, so you were bound to be disappointed. I know people who have used munches as a way to go, hey, we met online, got to know one another online, but before we do anything together, I'd like to meet you in person. And the munch is a great way for two people who have started to develop something online or DMs or chat or whatever to come together and use that as the public meeting space. I have definitely seen that.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people who, will find someone on FET and they start talking and they're like, look, I enjoy this. I, like talking to you. But before we play, let's meet at a munch.
Right.
Let's meet in public.
And quite frankly, once you ask somebody to meet in public, you have a better chance of finding out if they're the real deal, because a lot of people will go, yeah, I'll be there, and then they ghost, or they go, no, I don't want to meet there, and you're like, okay, so this was just all talk to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So. And there she goes.
And there she goes.
So. Did anybody hear her rubbing her cheeks on the mic? She was basically making out with that damn thing. So, that's our girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to go rub on all the boxes.
Yes.
Thankfully, not shipping boxes. I get paranoid about the cats being around shipping boxes because I know plenty of people have pet allergies. So.
Yeah.
Few minutes left.
I know. I'm tired.
It's a long but good day.
Been a long day.
Long but good week. I'm friendly with people who reach out to me on FetLife, but I don't tend to make friends on FetLife, but I'm not on FetLife for that purpose.
Yeah. I mean, I do talk to...
You have lots of friends you talk to.
I have people that I do talk to on FET. But then again, a lot of the people I am truly friends with on FET are people that I've met
in real life.
In real life from when I, came into the lifestyle. It came into the community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm itchy. Look at the red dots on my arm. It's been itchy for like a week. Not to mention my left leg as well. I go back to what I said earlier. It's really hard to make friends as an adult. I don't care if you're a Kingster or not. Part of it is you gotta be open at some point for at least a brief moment to talking to somebody you don't know. But you also, like, if you're going to interact online to hopefully make online friends, if you comment on a post, a picture, or whatever, if you go into it with these expectations that this person will be your friend, you're just bound for disappointment. It's this slow, mostly organic process that doesn't work without effort from both people. Like, and everybody's got their own stuff, and you might be trying your best and reaching out and trying to start conversations, and the other people just aren't feeling it because they got their own shit going on. And it's, unless you're being creepy, and that's different. If, most of the time it's not about you. It's about whatever's going on with them, but it's a slow process. Making online friends for me, when I was like more in social spaces to try to make friends, happened when I joined communities. They were online communities, but I had to go interact with something that several people in the group did, and then slowly over time, through commenting and replying and whatever, friendships were made, and it was slow and over time. In the real world, the same principle applies. You have to show up multiple times in some gathering where the same people tend to show up at least multiple times, maybe not every time. And you have to engage with people, not expecting that they're going to become your new BFF, but just honestly engage with people. And hopefully eventually the right people who fit your vibe are there when you're, and I get why people kind of pull away from it or don't want to do it, or, and find it difficult, because it requires energy, and it requires effort, and it requires patience, and it requires, and when I say showing up, I don't necessarily mean to a physical space. It can be an online space. It requires showing up consistently and participating consistently, but honestly participating and just being yourself, and paying attention to those opportunities to maybe start a conversation, a legit, innocent conversation, not the I have ulterior motives conversation. And it's tough, and I get it. And if you're not a naturally social person and you're not an extrovert who's like feeding off of that and getting energy from it, it's a lot, and it takes a long time. So, Silent Wing, thank you for your help, but please don't. I mean, without trying to negate the very real things like D-Bunny talks about anxiety, and I feel that I'm with you there. The reality is it's not going to work if this is such a tropey shit, cliche bullshit thing to say. It doesn't work if you don't work. Like, it's just the reality. And as somebody with social anxiety, as somebody who does not do well in crowds, I've kind of, like, I accept that it's probably not going to work for me because I can't put in the effort. I don't have it to give most days. When I have it to give, I try to show up. I try to go ahead and do that in that moment. And then when it fades away, it just fades the fuck away. And I also try to be really honest with people when I feel comfortable being honest with them, going, this isn't my jam, this isn't my thing, sorry, or I just want to be quiet today. And that's not always easy to do either. But I don't know. So, yeah, it's tough, and I think we need to acknowledge that it's tough. Yeah. And there are no quick answers to any of these things. We get people who would love for us to give them a checklist, like, if I just do these 10 steps, will I have a power exchange relationship? Will I meet somebody? Will I be good at this kink? Will I have, a BFF in the kink community? And it just doesn't work that way. None of it works that way. So, I wish it did. Life would be easier. I'd be a fucking millionaire if I could just come up with the perfect checklist for all of those scenarios. My checklist would be so fucking boring. Go to the thing. Talk to people. Repeat regularly for maybe literally months or years. Step 10, you might make a friend. So, yeah. I mean, you could be like me and be like, you know what? I'm okay. I got the people in my life, physically the people in my life who matter. I got the online community that I care about. I'm done. I'm good. That being said, yeah, I miss having a bestie close by. You know, I miss that, but not enough that I'm willing to do something about it. I am very much the vibe has to work organically. I have to be in the space and be paying attention to somebody and interacting in a way that feels natural to me. And if the vibe is there, I gravitate towards that shit. I don't let that shit go. And I just haven't had that. What is she chewing on? Stop eating the plastic.
Is that what she's doing?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
She's got 2 new things. Used to be she just licked plastic. We're talking about Onyx. Now she bites the plastic.
Oh gosh.
She also now, and I know this is kind of common, a lot of cats do this, she likes to bite cardboard. Sink her teeth in. So...
It's midnight.
It is midnight. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. We're already in our PJs. I took the makeup off. I've already got your coffee pot ready.
You had that ready earlier today.
We gotta go play with a plunger. And if you're like, what? You need to go back and watch like the first 30 minutes. Somewhere in the first 30 minutes, we discussed that. Onyx has loved plastic since we got her, but she's now at the chewing it stage, which makes me nervous because I don't want her to ingest any of it. Okay, we're gonna go. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
I see you lurkers who didn't chat at all. You're valid too, and we're glad you're here too.
Yep.
We love y'all.
Thanks for joining us, and everybody enjoy their weekend.
Hopefully it doesn't suck too much.
Right.
If it can't be amazing, hopefully it doesn't suck as much as it could.
Yep.
Okay, we will be back on Wednesday with another episode.
Yep.
We love y'all. Bye.
Good night.